ilẹ̀ wa ń sunkún lábẹ́ ìrìn. Àwọn bàbá wa ń wò wá lókè, wọ́n filẹ̀ yìí sí ọwọ́ wa. Ṣùgbọ́n a gbàgbé ohun tí wọ́n ń sọ. À ń jagun ara wa lójú ọ̀nà. À ń ta ìtàn wa lọ́wọ́. Bí a kò bá rántí ibi tá a ti ń bọ̀, báwo la ṣe máa mọ ibi tá a lọ? Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn bàbá ṣì ń pè wá nínú afẹ́fẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ohùn ilẹ̀ ń ké pé má ṣe gbàgbé ẹni tí ó jẹ́. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a gbé ilẹ̀ wa ga. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a dá àṣà wa bọ̀. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a mọ ara wa dáadáa. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a pa ìtàn wa kọ́. Òrìṣà ilé ń wò wá lọ́dọọdún. Àwọn bàbá ń dúró dè wá. Ilẹ̀ tí a jogún kì í ṣe títà. Ìran tí ń bọ̀ wá. Ọmọ Yorùbá jí kúrò nínú òrùn. Àkókò ti dé báyìí. Tí a bá fẹ́ ọjọ́ ọ̀la rere, a gbọ́dọ̀ rántí ara wa. Ilẹ̀ ìsọ̀rọ̀ nínú wàhálà wa, ìran wa ń pè wá padà. Ohùn nínú ké pé má ṣe gbàgbé ìtàn rẹ̀. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a gbé ilẹ̀ wa ga. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a dá àṣà wa bọ̀. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a mọ ara wa dáadáa. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a pa ìdá wa mọ̀. Kí a bá ti lọ́kọ̀, ilẹ̀ Yorùbá yóò tún rọ̀. Ohùn bàbá ń ké lọ́run. Ẹ má ṣe gbàgbé ara yín. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ilẹ̀ wa ń sunkún lábẹ́ ìrìn. Àwọn bàbá wa ń wò wá lókè, wọ́n filẹ̀ yìí sí ọwọ́ wa ṣùgbọ́n àgbàgbé ohun.
Ẹ káalẹ́ o, ẹ̀yin èrò ẹ̀yin ará ilé wa. We greet everybody and welcome you all to tonight's space. And tonight we're having a town hall meeting, and our discussion tonight will center on one of the most pressing questions in Nigeria's security future. Akínyìn ẹ káàbọ̀, àtọkùnrin àtobìnrin, àtonílé àtàlejò. We all are welcome to tonight's space. It's going to be a town hall meeting where everybody will be free to talk and contribute to tonight's topic. And our topic tonight is on state police, a solution or a band-aid. Across the country, as we all know, insecurity has become part of our daily life. From kidnappings to banditry, from armed invasions to communal violence, Nigerians are increasingly asking whether our current centralized policing system is still fit for purpose. For over 60 years, security has largely remained in the hands of the federal government, but the reality on ground continues to raise serious concerns. Can one centrally controlled police force effectively secure a country as vast, diverse, and complex as Nigeria? Well, is it time to return to a more localized approach that was once run by our forefathers post independence, where security is closer to the people, closer to the terrain, and closer to the truth? But there's another side to this. Could state police become a genuine solution? Or could it become a dangerous tool for political abuse, oppression, and local vendettas? So people have raised concerns about the abuse of state police in the hands of our political office holders. And some are even scared that when we start employing people into the police force, state-wise now, we can have people from every other region coming to wanting to take part in your local policing. How is this possible? And we've also heard people saying, why should the state police be controlled from the center? Tonight is a town hall, which means this conversation belongs to all of us. This is not just about policy, it is about security, it is about power, it is about survival. And the question before us is simple: will state police heal the wound or merely cover it? Let us start the conversation tonight. We have Sister Nike, who is in charge of our Twitter angle. You can bring people up if they have questions or contributions to make. And ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí TikTok, a kí yín o. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Instagram náà, a kí yín, pẹ̀lú Facebook and YouTube also. I know I'll be able to see comments and questions from YouTube, Facebook, and also from our TikTok angle too. So let us have the conversation rolling. Anike Kaleo, how's your end? Ẹ káalẹ́ o, Black Pearl, mo kí yín o. Sister Christia, I greet you. AK Queen, I greet you too. Thank you for all joining us tonight from our YouTube angle. Thank you very much.
So the topic for tonight, Jagaban has already introduced us to the topic, and it's going to be a town hall meeting. So if you want to talk, if you heard everything he said, people have been asking series of questions on the state police, and so many people are scared of outsiders being part of the state police, and we have a lot of questions. Many people want to talk about it. Yes, this is your chance to talk about it. So if you have any questions, if you have things to say, kindly request the mic and bring you up and we can contribute to the topic. If you have questions also, do our best to see if we can provide answers to them. So, yes, I have somebody up here, Jagaban.
Okay, that's good. I think you are having echo from your end, either from your phone or from the laptop. It's just echoing.
Okay. Orthopedia. Orthopedia, are you there? Ekale, I'm
Okay, okay. So, share, okay, everybody in the house. My own thoughts, the state police is the way to go, and there's no alternative to it. One thing, Timothy Cameron, the present police structure, ó ti fail wa and kò lè sí solution because the way it was designed, mi ò mọ̀ bóyá mo lè sáré yíyà díẹ̀ lọ sí nǹkan tó ń fa insecurity ní Nàìjíríà. So from there, a máa lè mọ̀ pé state police structure yẹn kò lè solve problem wa. The main problem of insecurity in Nigeria today, àwọn tó ń pọ̀sẹ̀ mọ̀, but wọn à lè stop ẹ̀. Ó dẹ̀ ní reason tí òde kan lè stop ẹ̀. Tí ò bá sí solution sí alimentary system, insecurity in Nigeria ò lè solve. And when you look at the alimentary system, it was deliberately designed láti continue Fulani empire. What I mean by this? The foundation of our alimentary system started among the Kanois. And the Nazi spread their whole north, the entire north. So when àwọn náà kọ́kọ́ rule north, wọ́n rule Kano. In fact, the number of Kanuri area that we have in Kano is more than the number of Fulani area. Look at àwọn that go to Kano in the past. So the people Fulani will take care more. So àwọn náà spread the country láàrin àwọn Hausa. Ìgbà táwọn Fulani débẹ̀, wọ́n fà ìfọ̀láyẹ̀ tó máa ń ṣe fún ọ̀nà ìnáwó. Sabrina, Kiliba, Bora, Miriki, gbogbo wọn tán jẹ́ Muslim, wọ́n recruit àwọn ọmọ wọn sí system yẹn. And majority àwọn Fulani kì í sábà jáde pẹ̀lú ìjọba wọ̀ ìpínlẹ̀. So Notice then you cannot imagine how you could happen directly now. So when you now have this system,
Can you hear me?
this system, Monday, I can hear you.
Okay, your network is not very clear. You're skipping. Maybe you should hold on. Maybe go down, come back. Let me hear from somebody else when you can come up again. Sorry. Ààrẹ káàbọ̀. Ẹ kalẹ́.
Okay, ṣé ń gbọ́ mi, Madam Anike?
Mo ń gbọ́ yín jà.
Okay. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, what exactly is state police meant to solve that the current federal police has failed to solve? Ká tẹ̀ wá múlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo rí Mumi Dábìrì wọn wá sókè bí wọ́n fẹ́ bá a sọ̀rọ̀ ni, kí wọ́n lè máa parọ̀ wọn lẹ́nu.
Ẹ kalẹ́, mo kí gbogbo yín o, mo kí onílé, mo kálejò. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun tẹ́ ń ṣe. A dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé gbogbo èròǹgbà tá à ń rò, Ọlọ́run ó máa bá wa yanjú ẹ̀ ní kọ̀ọ̀kan. Topic ni state police, a solution or a bandit? It could be a solution tó bá set it up properly, but it can also be a bandit ló kàn jẹ́ pé a kàn rọra fi gauze àti plaster bo egbò ni kégbò yẹn máa kẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. Torí àwọn nǹkan míì, torí nǹkan tó present fún National Assembly mi mọ bí tá ti lè rí kà so that èèyàn á wo gbogbo nǹkan tó kó sínú ẹ̀. But in tẹ́mi rí àwọn kan tó máa ní 10 things you should know, kíní kan you should know, tó ń sọ pé àwọn ṣe fúnra wọn. One of the things tí mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀ tí inú mi ò dùn sí ni pé Nigerian Police Force tó wà nísìn tán bá máa dálẹ̀ wọ́n á wá ní kí àwọn olúkálùkù tó bá wà ńbẹ̀ lára wọn wá padà sí state wọn, wọ́n á lọ máa ṣe Nigerian Police, wọ́n á padà sí state wọn. Mi rò pé ó yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ohun tó yẹ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé brand new ní idea state police nísìn. Àwọn ọmọ wa pọ̀ tán ríṣẹ́, graduate schools àti gbogbo ẹ̀. Police tá a bá máa ṣe tó máa jẹ́ state police kó jẹ́ òfin tó máa framework tíjọba máa ṣe, ìtàn fi nílé oppress anybody, but kì í ṣe pé àwọn tán ti ní culture jákujàku ní federal ní national police force ta ní wọ́n á máa download wọn padà sí state wọn. Àfẹ́ yẹn kán rọra fi wọ́n lẹ̀ níbẹ̀, wọ́n máa bá federal lọ. Iṣẹ́ even wọn ọlọ́pàá ta ní sìn kò tó láti ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tí ó máa wà ní jurisdiction federal government. So kán máa bá lọ tó bá dẹ̀ dàgbà ń bẹ̀ kó retire. Brand new kìíní tó yẹ ká ní lọ́dọ̀ wa tí a máa lè decide pé báyìí la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe, àwọn tá a fẹ́ gbà ní training tá a fẹ́ fún wọn nìyí. Torí mo mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ owó ló fẹ́ fà kán máa ní kan download àwọn tó wà ńbẹ̀, wọ́n á wá fi àwọn kan lẹ̀ sí federal. How? As how? Let this whole police and run sìn. Ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n wà federal ńbẹ̀. Iṣẹ́ pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ federal tó máa ṣe pẹ̀lú federal police. Kán dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí àwọn state tó fẹ́ ṣe, torí mo gbọ́ táwọn kan sọ pé àwọn ò fẹ́ ṣe, pé àwọn state àwọn ò fẹ́ ṣe. Àwa fẹ́ ṣe, wọ́n bá ti gbófin yẹn jáde, Southwest fẹ́ ṣe, torí a need ẹ̀. It is not a band-aid for us. It is going to be part of the solution to this our insecurity, especially in the Southwest. Just a week and a half ago ni mo lọ gbowó, not even knowing pé I was in danger. Mo lọ gbowó, mo lọ Ṣakí, mo kàn mọ̀ pé àwọn sójà kún títì pẹ̀lú sandbags oríṣiríṣi. Ọlọ́pàá wà níbí, tó bá ti kúrò sójà next ọlọ́pàá. Àṣọ́ntẹ̀ ti da area gbogbo ìkọ̀ọ̀kan wọn yẹn rú kí n tó débẹ̀. We need this. Tí ẹni tó ṣẹ̀ ní tẹ bá ní terrorist ní north tẹ forgive ẹ̀, kò lè wá máa act ń bíbà ìkan ni wọ́n ti forgive wọn náà. Tó bá dọ́dọ̀ wá ń bí, tó bá ṣe anyhow á mú ẹ nà. Torí àfẹ́ terrorism níbi táwa wà. Let me leave the mic for now.
ẹ ṣé mọ́mì.
ẹ
ẹ
ẹ
ṣé gan-an.
ṣé mo lè béèrè ìbéèrè kan lọ́wọ́ bí wọ́n lè bá wa sọ sí what checks and balances will be necessary to prevent abuse ma torí àwọn kan sọ pé wọ́n lè abuse ẹ̀ wọ́n lè ṣe kí ni àwọn checks and balances tẹ́ fi pé a lè apply nílẹ̀ Yorùbá láti prevent abuse torí a lè sọ ti gbogbo Nàìjíríà ń sìn torí ìwà oníkàkú yàtọ̀ síra wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mà.
Nílẹ̀ Yorùbá olúkálùkù ló wá látàgbọ́lé kọ̀ọ̀kan tó ń bá máa recruit wọ́n ti Nàìjíríà wọ́n ti sọ Nàìjíríà di ibi tó tẹ̀rẹ̀rẹ̀ ní front tó ń bá recruit irú for example take Lagos State pẹ̀lú wọ́n ṣe sọ pé it's no man's land àwọn tó jẹ́ indigenous Lagos State wọ́n mú agbóolé tán ti wá tó bá máa gbàyàn there must be equity in the recruitment kì í kò gbọ́dọ̀ sí ojúsàájú pé ọ̀nkù mi ni ó wà ńbẹ̀ kán mú àwọn ọmọ local government kan kọ́ rọ́ wọn sí káwọn míì má lù it must be based on equity shared between all the constituent local government then qualification wọn ó gbọ́dọ̀ wà top notch kì í ṣàwa nìkan la máa kọ́ ṣe state police àwọn ìlú tó ti ṣe ó yẹ kí àwọn èèyàn wa gangan kán lọ wo bó ṣe successful at least ní America mọ̀ pé county police wà ìdí kí crime yẹn bá lè gangan tó cross border àbí tó bọ́ sí international làwọn FBI máa yọjú pé àwa la wà in charge tó máa ní kí ṣe police kan sún sẹ́yìn ìdẹ̀ ṣe sún sẹ́yìn wọ́n ìjọ máa investigate ẹ̀ ló kàn jẹ́ pé àwọn náà máa ní ẹ̀ so láti gbogbo ìtàn pariwo pé àwọn politician máa misuse ẹ̀ national police stanism ṣé wọn misuse ẹ̀ yín tá a bá fẹ́ la máa sọ gómìnà lè tó bá ti wà ní record pé there is a framework that ó máa specify role of each official of that state bó jẹ́ governor ni governor should not be above the law gbogbo òfin pé tó bá jẹ́ governor wọn ò lè sue ẹ until tó bá fi bẹ̀ẹ́lẹ̀ it's wrong now gbogbo tó bá fi bẹ̀ẹ́lẹ̀ tó ti cover crime scene yẹn wọ́n ṣẹ̀ máa ní EFCC àbí ICPC àbí kinní kan máa jẹ bí ẹ ó yẹ tó bá ṣe bọ́n ṣe ń ṣe framework àti amendment ó yẹ kó máa ronú ìyẹn náà because ìyẹn náà ó fún àwọn governors ní àyè láti sọ pé mo lè ṣe tó wù mí by the time tó bá máa fi finish tẹ́nà wọn á ti lówó tó máa fi gba SCN bíi 6 tó máa intimidate àwọn judiciary tó fẹ́ dájọ́ fún ọ pé wọ́n jí wa lówó àbí wọ́n jí wa lówó wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ involve nítorí ó yè mí náà lẹ́nu pé wọ́n ti gbé kínní ìjáde sí before ó ní nǹkan tí TYF ti kọ tán ti ṣe náà tó lè fún ìjọba ní kíì pé ọ̀nà tá a máa gbà ní àwọn tó dẹ̀ jù fọ́ọ̀mù kínní yẹn wọ́n ti wo gbogbo ìlú káàkiri gbogbo countries bọ̀dé eléyìí wọ́n sáré gbé jáde ń sìn èèyàn kan máa fẹ́ gba glory pé the president approve state police but the approval is not the issue we should be clapping for although it's a good step for us but how are we going to implement it that it will not be a police service tó jẹ́ pé òkè ní center ló ti máa control yẹn because tá a bá ṣọ́ra wọ́n lè ní kí tómi ò mọ nomenclature tó máa fẹ́ tó bá state police wọ́n lè ní kí inspector general lọ arrest say police tí ó bá ṣe ìfẹ́nu wọn so we have to use that framework of how they should relate with the governors because they are the chief security officer wọ́n ti ń pariwo ẹ̀ láti jọ even though wọ́n náwó security but wọ́n sọ pé àwọn òṣèṣì tó bá jẹ́ mi ní náwó security since I'm not the chief security officer but wọ́n ná but wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n fáwọn lágbára but wọ́n fún wọn lówó àwọn tó dẹ̀ gbọ́n nù wọn at least Lagos State wọ́n tún involve àwọn civil àwọn corporate kìíní tó ń fún wọn lówó kò ń ṣòwò tí wọ́n fún Lagos State nìkan náà ná lórí security so I believe that training and recruitment is important. Then technology, aláti lo technology. Irú tọ́lọ́pàá máa mú ẹ tó máa gbé fóònù ẹ tó máa ọlọ́pàá tó bá fẹ́ mú ẹ kámẹ́rà ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ wà láyà ẹ so that tó bá ń sọ pé báyìí báyìí ló ṣe wọ́n á ní kó gbé kámẹ́rà ẹ wá wọ́n ti ń ṣe already. So à ń gbé fóònù dání à ń ṣe TikTok à ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Why can't we use technology to police our to bring our police people also in check? Tó bá ti fi kinní yẹn sáyà wọ́n dẹ̀ ní àwọn tó mọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ wọ́n ní bátìrì ẹ̀ máa ń pẹ́ gan so lè sọ pé bátìrì kú ìfàdé ló bá ní bátìrì kú ó yẹ kí sanction wà against ọlọ́pàá bẹ́ẹ̀ omi ìpè ó ní jìbìtì tó fẹ́ ṣe ló fi ní bátìrì kìíní tá bá ń ba lọ màá máa ronú àwọn nǹkan míì tí mo lè add sí nǹkan tí mo ti sọ.
Ẹ ṣeun ma, thank you ma. Yeah, Sister Anike, back to you. Mori Mr. Lola Adeshina coming up. Okay. Sister Anike, can you hear me?
Yes, Jagaban.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm trying to bring Mr. Lola. Mr. Lola Adeshina, are you there? Lola Adeshina, are you there? I'm not sure if that person is a Mr. or a Miss. That's why.
Yeah, Mr. Lola, I brought you up.
Well, that's where Jagaban.
Yeah, okay. Lola Adeshina, can you hear us? You can go ahead and unmute your mic if you are there.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay.
Ekaleo.
Please unmute yourself and speak.
Okay.
You want to contribute to the topic, though?
Hello.
We can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. It's so low, like the volume. It's very hard to hear. But I'll try. But I can try barely computer or laptop or something. Maybe
Not worry. Just go ahead and make a contribution. We can hear you very loud and clear.
Very loud and clear.
Anike, your connection, Anike, she's saying looks like the connection is whatever. I don't know.
She said it is low. That is what she said.
Okay.
But can you hear me clearly, Jagaban?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Anytime one listener session, please come up and talk.
And I will appeal to everybody on the space to kindly retweet this space so that Twitter's algorithm can push the space to other listeners who are Yoruba nationalists and in their hearts, and they can come to the space. Because we started 7 o'clock Nigerian time, and not everybody knows that space is holding at this time. They will be thinking it's another 1 hour or 2 hours. Ejo, about retweet space here. Ejo, thank you very much. Yeah, go ahead, start okay.
Okay. I really love what she said, Mommy Dabiri, because this is actually a fresh idea. And as much as I know, we've always been complaining about the federal police, all the things they do, the corruption and everything. And now if we're having a fresh idea, which is a state police, I don't think, of course, we can't render all of them jobless. But the federal police can still continue to exist. But then the state police should be treated completely different from whatever the federal police stood for. They should have their own, they should continue their job because the federal government has a lot to do still. But the state, I think we should be allowed to have a completely new framework. They should have cameras. I think that should be something we should be looking at. Not just sending everybody in the federal police back to their home state and then saying that they should come and be, because they already have that and the habit, that corruption, they already have it in them. And we can't afford to get state police and still be facing the same problem we had with the federal police. Mommy Eshegoma, Agba Onitolori Leo, Epe fún wa ma. African man, are you there?
Yeah, sure. I'm here. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everybody on the space. Thank you for hosting the space and allowing people to come up to share one or two about uh, this new thing that has been passed now. But first of all, I'll start by saying like a big thank you to our president, Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that thought it wise to be able to implement something as monumental as this. I went through some of his past suggested policies, and I saw that from way back, he has thought about the state policing solution as the key thing that is going to solve most of our insecurity problem in the country, as a whole. And I think that if you're not a visionary, you cannot, conceive that kind of idea. Although, there have been bottlenecks, but still, it's still a big thank you to him. Um, for, if it's going to be a solution or a band-aid, well, I believe that um, I don't know. I want to talk about Southwest. Southwest as a region. I believe we have a lot of intellectuals and wonderful people. Both the followers and the leaders here in Southwest. So for in our case, I feel it's supposed to be more of a solution than just a band-aid. And why I say so is that um, first of all, the framework for things like this, and I think TYF has already maybe suggested some framework or how to maybe implement something like this. I don't know if it's going to get to our political leaders here in the Southwest. And I went over it and I saw that it's actually a solid one. So if we can have people that can put in the right laws, the right policies that is going to guide something like this. So I feel is way to go. And then, as I said before, Southwest is blessed with a lot of people, human capacity that enormous. So we can even both here in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, people that can come together, in when we talk about maybe um, policing strategies, different policies, laws, even training and then retraining, intelligence gathering. We have a lot. Even people that are retired from the military, they can come, for recruits. They can give them adequate lessons and even when it comes to training, because security is very, very local. And I believe one of the goals of this state police is to make security closer to the people. At least when we talk about the recruitment now, it has to be very, very local because I think on those states, during one of its Amotekun recruitment, I think there was a suggestion where they said they are going to consider the indigenous of the state first, and those that have been staying maybe like 10 years and above, they are going to consider them after considering the citizen. I think this is maybe one thing that can be put in consideration for this part of Nigeria, the indigenes and then the residents that are Yorubas, not from other regions, because this and one other thing that this state policing is supposed to do is to create employment. We have a lot of our youths that actually want to serve their fatherland, want to secure their fatherland from the incursion from the Sahel and from local insecurities here and there. So this is an avenue for them to fulfill their dream or fulfill this part of what they want to do. And another thing is that, as Mama Dabiri has said, Yeah, they have to also invest in our governors, our politicians. They have to invest in maybe body cams and a lot of security instruments that is going to aid this thing. And I believe is way to go. Actually, it's very way to go. Employment, security, and then we can copy different models. The United States is there. Even if you don't want to copy the United States, we have other countries too that are using this security apparatus that we can learn from. Intelligence sharing and the likes that is going to help us. And I believe if we go this route, it's going to be more of a solution than just a band-aid. I think that's my solution. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, African man. Thank you so much. Um, Oluwajumolo, right?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, so me, I just have question. Sorry, I'm just curious because I tried looking for the bill online, I couldn't find it, so I was gonna be able to like read it. This state police of a thing now, all these federal police, kilo ma ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn ilé. Can you hear me?
Yes, that is what Mommy Dabiri was talking about earlier. I think we are still suggesting on that they need to be left alone to remain with the federal government because obviously the federal government still has a lot of things to do, right? So that is it.
So kilo ma ṣẹlẹ̀ fún come out, like are they going back to Abuja? Are they going to remain here? Are they going to retain their police station? I don't understand. Show my calling police station. I can't wrap my head around it. I've been trying to think about it
Jagaban.
since, but I could not.
Okay, that's a very good question. State policing is expensive. There are a lot of things that need to be put in place. A serious government by now should have started working. Okay, because one, prisons to one Nigerians, they are all or 90% of them are owned by the federal government. The police, I mean, the prisons are owned by them, and you cannot. But most of the people in those prisons are under state cases. Okay, for example, ká mú Èkó ńsìn, ó gbálẹ̀ ò gbádọ̀tí táwọn ṣe ní every month tí wọ́n á múyàn gbọ́dọ̀ á mú lọ. It's a federal police cell. Ẹ get mi ńsìn, alágbọ̀n federal ló ní, kinní kan ní Ìkòyí federal ló ní, gbogbo ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ federal. So the state will have to first of all build their own prisons. Tó bá ti build prisons wọn tán, in fact, nǹkan á tún rọrùn fún federal government gan-an because and for example now ní state mo wà yìí nígbà kan tí àwọn FBI wá kó àwọn Nigerians kan tó ń ṣe fraud, ìgbà tó kó wọn kó wọn sí state cell ní ọjọ́ tó ń arrest wọn gangan, ibẹ̀ nìkan charge wọn sí tó ń sùn mọ́jú, then the following week ló ṣe wá kó wọn lọ sí federal kìíní because all their cases were not fixed under the state court, they were all charged to federal high court ní state yẹn because those are federal crimes. So tó wá múyàn tó ṣe ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kan tó jẹ́ federal ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ló ṣẹ̀, definitely they will keep him at Alagbon, for example. So states have to begin to build their own prisons. It will give a lot of employment. It will open up a lot of opportunities for our people to have more work to do. Then we will now see that even to work for securing your locality, you'll be more happy to work under that kind of system because number one, school tọmọ ẹ ń lọ ṣe get me nsìn, so gbogbo àwọn kìíní wọ̀nyẹn ó ní lot of those who are involved, but for us to kick off we can still be using the after all ṣe bí federal police ọkì náà ti pè federal hold náà la ṣe ń lò látijọ́ yẹn Alágbọ̀n là ń lò, Ondo state Abẹ́òkúta prison síbẹ̀ la ṣe fi ń lò because tó bá dé stage kan àwọn náà lè gba àwọn accuse wa àbí suspect wa mọ́ torí owó federal government náà fi feed wọn. So if federal government arrest somebody, if for example in Abeokuta to commit federal crime, tó wà ń bẹ̀ fọjọ́ méjì mẹ́ta tá ló máa fún lóúnjẹ? It's going to be under the state government. So federal máa san owó yẹn fún wọn fún ọjọ́ mẹ́ta tó wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn. If not, ebi ló máa ń lo ènìyàn pa. So they have to make sure or tó wá kó àwọn accuse Ogun State lọ sí inú federal cell for that 1 week tó wọ́n fi lò ń bẹ̀ kó tó yẹ kó ń bẹ̀ sọ wọn down padà. So states have to create their own prison system lọ́tọ̀. Now with other questions that were raised, that shows where the states have to begin to work now. They are kí ló ti ń pè wọ́n àwọn houses of assembly wa, they have to begin now to get laws enacted that will guide the state to begin to work on all these other things to put everything in shape and in place for the kick-off of the state policing system ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. At least every morning yẹn. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. I saw people coming up, Mr. Jagun Male. Okay, Anike, go ahead.
Okay, Olajuwon, does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, a lot of things are still going to be put in place. It's not that state police and now boom, everything becomes it's just automatic. It's not going to be automatic, right? So it's still like fresh something that they need to work on. The states need to work on.
All right. So my other question. Okay. Someone is echoing. I think I'm hearing myself.
It's not from me. It's from your end.
Okay. Can you still hear the echo?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay. And your other question?
All right. So let's not lie to ourselves. We know Igbo people. They will go as far as changing their names to come and apply in Yoruba land. What are the things that the governors are going to put in place to curb external people coming here to come and apply? Because let's not deny the fact that Lagos State Police will earn more. Ogun State, like Southwest in general, they will earn more than the southeastern part of Nigeria. So there will these people who want to come here. They will go as far as changing their names to get Lastra and the rest to claim Lagos. So what are the things that are going to do to curb just anybody applying for this thing?
Just anybody applying. We know they do that. In fact, some of them were given Yoruba names, right? But in a kind of recruitment where you reach out to every local government and local government reach out to every agbole, right? No matter how crazy it is, people still know the agbole in Lagos. So reach out to every agbole to bring their children, or every oba or bale in every community to talk to the people there that their children should apply, right? So if we have something like that, I don't think even if you've gone to do LASRA and you have a Yoruba name, just a Yoruba name without a proper Agboli, I don't think you are going to be able to apply, right? So I think, yes, we just have to be particular about telling our state that, okay, this is how we want this thing to be done. Not just you putting out a link because you think you've gone digital and you just want to tell them to apply online, and then anybody will just go and get in fact, LASRA is even small. They will go to the extent of paying people to get citizenship. Everybody has citizenship from every state. The local government of the state I came from is going to give me a citizenship which says that my mom, my dad, they are from this place, and I am a daughter to them. I have that. So they will go as far as doing that. But we have to make this thing clear to our state government. Even if you consider Lagos or any other Yoruba land as a melting pot, we are not doing that with our security, because the minute we allow our security to be compromised, then it means that we are not safe. So I think we have a lot of work to do when it comes to that. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. When I have other questions, I will come up with it. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
thank you. Mr. Jagunmali, ẹ náwó, but ẹ má bínú, Dracula ló kọ́kọ́ débi báyìí. Dracula, are you there?
Yes, I mean, I was still get Mr. Jagunmali. I'm listening, but I'm
Okay,
doing something at the moment.
okay. Mr. Jagunmali, ẹ kálẹ́ sà.
I can madam, I should go. God bless you. I should. Yeah, about the state police a solution or a bandit. The state police is a good step in the right direction. Yes, we have so many security issues in the country. The state police is not going to be a silver bullet, but it's going to really help a lot. It's the beginning of a new thing in the country. And for us, the Yoruba people, for the first time, we will have the opportunity to be able to defend ourselves. There will be a lot of encroachment into our space, not even politically. For instance, if you see the issue of drug, counterfeiting of medicines, so we can see all those things going on in our space and they are affecting our people. So Tamale State Police, we can have a unit in our own state police to be combating all those things. We can also have a unit to be combating terrorism. So it's really going to give us opportunity to be able to defend ourselves. So this is one major, in fact, if President Bola Tinubu will not do another thing for this particular one, it's a very major victory for us as a Yoruba people. We'll be able to preserve our land for our coming children. So this is very important. Yes, the state police is not going to kick off immediately. Yes, we have Amotekun that's already doing something, but it's not good. At least for some time, both the state and the federal, they will still be operating concurrently. Where maybe in the next 3 or 5 years, the states can now start building infrastructures, building new courts, prisons, and all that. So to ensure that the state police is well grounded. Then the intelligence, it is, the security is more than carrying guns now. And I know that our people, Yoruba people, they are very wise people. So I think the focus should have to be more also on intelligence, in getting modern surveillance equipment and facilities for our state police. So this is going to help. And then what I see that it's also going to do is that it's going to because to finance state police is it's not going to be easy for the state, and I can see the state start agitating for more control over their resources so that they can have more funds to be able to cater for the new responsibility. So that's one thing that I also see that is going to happen. So for the last speaker that was talking about infiltration by other people, this state police, in fact, I think Baba Awolowo talk about it. So it's something that Yoruba people are really prepared for. Then I know, Cheriba, Tia, Tomama Bere, our people, they are very wise. So they will do everything. If you want to collect your local government, I think it's only Lagos that we have issue with. In other states in the southwest, even for our people in Kwara and Kogi State, if you want to collect any local government something, your chief, your king, or maybe the chief in charge of your quarters, you have to sign. You have to know before you can get all those things. So ask him, you are told so it's going to be it's going to be well managed. And then I also hope that the state assemblies is in the court of the state assembly. They have to approve it. 24 states. I hope that we are able to get all the states in the south, 17 states, to approve it, and all the states in in the North Central too. I think all the states in the North Central will also approve it. Kaduna State will approve it, but no state too. Even Sokoto State. So invariably, I see that all the states will approve this. So it's a victory for everybody, for all Nigerians. So it's a very good thing that it is happening now, and I want to appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for not shying away from this big and transgenerational policy that is making. So we pray that God will continue to be with him and will continue to succeed and give him more courage to take more far reforming policy that will be positioned.
Mr. Jagunwale, Ekalesa.
Yes, sir.
If your state police was headed by someone from another ethnic nationality, will you trust it?
No, it's not going to happen. It's not. It's not. Nobody is going to allow something like that to happen because it's your security, and then that's why we are talking about local police, so that you be in charge. And apart from even the tribal interest or whatever, it's your people. And when you're talking also, if you are already the locality is the intricacy of that society of that particular location. It's the people that are there that really knows what they're going to do. So it's not going to happen. It's not going to. We are not even going to that state. It's not going to happen. At least for the first 50 years of that, these people, this is the indigenous people of the place that will police it themselves. And as we begin to make progress as a country, if Nigeria still continues to exist, we can
Okay.
now,
Thank you, sir.
Jagaban, I have a question.
Okay.
Do you think this state police that we're talking about, do you not think we are talking more of something like community police than it is state police?
Ṣé state police yẹn ṣé mọ̀ pé what they are doing now though I have not gone through the bill ṣé mọ̀ pé the state police act gangan I'm not sure they have that one is out. It's after they have changed the constitution to allow the state police to take place. That new police act going to take place. That state police is a very big thing. It's more than just having some people on the roads or having some people building police stations say you have state police. It's going to I think it's going to be a broad thing. It's going to be a broad Oma effect. So it's going to be more than because if you look at the type of the type of police they have in the United Kingdom, I think for me that's what I'm saying. That type of policing that it's only in Nigeria that you have different agencies. For instance, you have some police for drugs, you have some police for fake drug like that, NAFDAC and all those things. Just single police can do that one. A single police that will have different departments. A single police that will then we have some police that the section of the police what they just be used to be gathering intelligence. Intelligence, that's what they do. They don't need to go off the streets. So this state police, I'm very sure by the time the heart will come out, it's really going to empower the state to protect themselves, to protect Nigeria at large. It now depends on the individual states on what they want to do with their own. So that's what I'm thinking of, and then it's going to I think that's something that Lagos State is doing now. Instead, Lagos State want to start giving driver license. So registration of vehicle and all those things, having database for your vehicle in your state, all those a lot of things. This state police for me is going to kick off. It's like a springboard that is going to generate a lot of more that's really going to push Nigeria towards real federalism. Because to really rough state police, there are a lot of things that you can, for instance, if you want to, if a vehicle has committed an offense now, in your state, you have to have the details of that vehicle, vehicle. For instance, if a business, an illegal business is running in your state, you have to now start going to federal government, CAC, to go and get the details of that business before you can prosecute the business. So it's going to what happen that by the time that we start practicing the state police now, we start seeing that Àwọn kan wà tí kò yẹ kó wà effective and you start seeing the states that are really serious. They keep on asking for this. We want to get this. We want to get this. For instance, each region, each state, they should be able to register business. Any business, all the business that are running your state, you have to know the business. So that issue of this drug and all those things, be able you are able to fight it. Your intelligence gathering, all those things, you want to do it. So more power have to be given to states in the long run. So we continue with Kuma Sheniyo.
tó ẹ ṣeun gan ẹ ṣeun gan thank you very much Mr. Ajagunmale. Àní kí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ náà àbí.
Okay. Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn náà nìyẹn. We hope that we can only just hope that it goes the way we hope the way we'll be happy about it. Because when we've been clamoring for something and then it finally comes to us, we still have the responsibility to make it work. We hope that. And I said something which day I said state police means being more responsible in our electoral choices, right? The people we elect into office, we now have the responsibility to be more responsible. Not like you people should just put anybody there. Anybody can just be the governor of Lagos, because you know that the governor is going to be the one controlling the state police. It's no longer federal police. So if you put just anybody there, then you might be having even more problems. Dracula, are you ready? I don't think so. Kofiana. Mr. Tobaeka, let's say German Binu and to be.
Yes, I can speak now.
Okay. Kofiana, please hold on. Let's hear from you.
Well, good evening, everyone. So, about the so about the topic, state police, a solution or a band-aid. So, I'd like to share my view, even though it's in progress, as this development. I very welcome it. It's a big achievement from this administration, and it's something that we've been due for it ever since Nigeria has been converted from the what's it called, regional system to this current federation. Like I've always argued that as long as we try to emulate, copy American model of federalism, even though it's evolving in their own part of the world. Nigerian states were created. They were not founded by the colonists that founded the states in America. So it's something I'm not happy with, but it's a reality we have to deal with. So, and based on the fact that the Nigerian states were created by individuals like everyone on this place, we ought to have previous administration ought to have ushered in this component that comes intrinsic with federal structures such as state police and various other things that exist in the American template. So, given that, I believe each region will be able to enforce laws and order, as well as security best practice, based on whatever peculiar insecurity challenges they are facing in their region. So it's very welcome. It's not a band-aid. It's a solution to various security challenges that we've been facing, and this terrorism of the thing. So, given to that, people have raised the question that what if other people from other regions in Nigeria will be able to be drafted into the policing system of another region? And here's what I think about that. I believe that there are no indigenous in America except for the Native American Indians. So that layer of existence. It's not really well articulated amongst those who can be considered as citizens in America. But here in Africa, in Nigeria, we have indigenes. So I would say, like every Yoruba, just like me, I would say yes, I'm a citizen of Nigeria and a native of Yoruba land and an indigene of the ethnic roots that I belong to, be it Awori, be it Ijesha, be it Ogotagongo, be it Ijebu or Ebadu, and so on and so forth. So I'm an indigene of those places. But I'm a native of Yoruba land. So as a native, any Yoruba indigene can be drafted, can be promoted, transferred to any region of any of the Yoruba states. So for those who are asking that question, there is no worries about, oh, there are shortages from police personnel in a particular branch. What will happen? It doesn't mean we have to go and source for those who are not from that particular land, that ancestral land, like we were doing prior to this. And I believe with this policing system that is going through this implementation, I believe each region, each group, you know, in their respective region can be able to also, if they so deem, integrate and adapt existing or pre-existing local technologies, esoteric technologies into their security apparatus. Yes, that's how it's been done in America. You know, so if a region can say, "Oh, we can afford to get our police Kevlar vest or tasers, or give their citizens their pepper spray and those things that we see, they can do it. But they want to integrate African technology such as anti-ballistics, anti-projectiles based on our African schools. They can do it. So for the gentleman that asked about what's going to happen to the federal um, institution that we're running for, who are in charge of policing all across Nigeria, they're not going to be eradicated. They will still be there, but their jurisdiction will just be for crimes that are interstate, like we have the FBI doing in America. So someone like is it from West, that guy, that serial killer that committed crime in Lagos and some parts of the South, the Nigerian Federal Bureau of Nigerian Investigation, I'm just saying, will be in charge of such cases. So there's no qualm, there's no worries about that. We have brilliant people in our administrative offices. They will see to that. So there's no worry. This rightfully so. So yeah, I give special thanks to the addition of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for having the gumption and the valor to make this happen. Because I know no other addition would want to even consider this. So I give him a round of applause and more like this to come. Because if you said Federal Republic of Nigeria, then we should truly be federalized, in all its entirety. So I still have one or more two things to say, but if I recall them, I will flash my hands to share my thoughts on that.
So that's the clap you requested for the president. Thank you, Dracula. Thank you so much for your contribution.
èmi rò pé Dracula ló fún clap mi Dracula sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa.
All request is for clap for the president, so I had to honor it, right? So, Mr. Toba Shewambesa, Ekalesa. Mr. Toba, Ekalesa.
Ekalema, a good weekend. And we see all the contributors so far. Based on the topic before us, state police, a solution or a band aid. You see, if you are looking for change and you get reform, grab it first. Why? That is a little win. And when you look at the Nigerian policing system, we will see that there is a lot of gap. Outside we, that were in maybe urban and suburban areas. When you go to the villages and those rural areas, there is no police presence. And it is so in such a way that they are being neglected. And all the crimes, especially rural crimes that we are now experiencing, these banditry and stuff, is as a result of that gap. That is what those people, criminals, are exploiting. And for state policing, you see, for a very long time, more than 20 years ago, we have been talking about this thing, that we need a policing system that will cut across every area. One, there has always been this argument of the governors, we exploit the policing system to harass opposition. The better always say this, look, in a state of maybe 2-3 million population, what is the total number of the politicians that we are afraid of few individuals? And because of that, we neglect taking care of the millions who are not being policed appropriately. Yet, for a very long time, all these states, they are collecting security votes. Now ask, can security votes issue? In a governor who spend maybe 4 or 8 years collecting security votes amounting to billions. Èyí tó bá try jù bóyá ó lè ra Hilux van ní Hilux pickup, ó lè ra 10 for a whole 8 years, and we with fanfare rather, ni wọ́n á ti gbé kalẹ̀ pé wọ́n people policing. And when you look at how rickety the police patrol van and all those things tí wọ́n rí, is because of overuse. So, but when you look at our governors, it gives them opportunity to shift blame and not take responsibility. But this is the time for them to take responsibility. They have to be responsible. And now, answer the name they are being called, Chief Security Officer of the state. As for the operation, you see, the federal police will not go because lè mọ ní ó lè ní Kwara tó bá sáwọ̀ yàn lè lọ mú bẹ́ẹ̀. The federal police will always be there to intervene, to bridge that gap. Are you with me? So when you look at things like that, you will see that there is going to be a lot of synergy. But one that is very, very important is that our state policing, you see, with the command system will be so local, in the sense that you will be able to, people as a personnel will be accountable to the community in which they are serving, because preferably and probably they will withdraw from that community. So it will make everybody to be responsible and accountable at the same time. Unlike the policing system, the federal policing system, in which one can post everybody lọ síbi tó wù wọ́n. People like that kò ní tí even tó bá misbehave, ọmọ agboolé ibo ni, nobody will be able to say ó ti bá tiẹ̀ lọ. So when you look at things like that, you will see that it's a solution, and it is a continuous progress, because even the law as it is although is most of us mi ò tiẹ̀ tí ì rí bíìlì yẹn gan tí wọ́n pass ní National Assembly so that for someone to study and see things if there is any lapses or where the gains are or anything but the law will always be work in progress. It should always be what work in progress because there will be always issue to get to require constitutional interpretation among between the state and the federal so that we to take one back to the maybe court of law and at the same time every Supreme Court we have to adjudicate on it. So is the as it is, let us first of all the bill let us appreciate the comment at this trying time. We will now is a step is at least a little step in our journey so that we can be able to move forward. If tá a bá gbé ìgbésẹ̀ kan a lè gbé kejì débi pé a sọ pé a dé máìlì kan tá à ń lọ. God will help Nigeria. That's my contribution.
Amisa, ẹ ṣeun gan sa o. A dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ o.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, Sister Anike.
Okay, sir.
There are some comments coming from YouTube. Mr. Yemo90 said, sniffer dogs are very good at locating lost children, kidnapping victims, hard drugs, chemical weapons, and other illegal materials. I think he's suggesting, if I'm getting again correctly, these are departments that we can have in the state, police, that we don't have to wait for federal láti máa gbé ajábọ̀ láti òkè. Since we have a local policing system, then we should have all these things set up in every locality. So you can imagine oye ẹjẹ tá máa rà, you can imagine oye àwọn materials tá máa rà, equipment tá máa rà for drug sniffing, for all these things. So most of all these problems will be lifted off the shoulder of the federal government. And then our governors who, as Mama said earlier, will not be giving us complaints pé àwọn ò ní agbára láti ṣe ohunkóhun. So that even locally our politics will begin to change to the level that kí ló máa ṣe fún wa? People will now be asking on the real issues. Kò ní wá máa ṣọ̀nà, màá fún yín lómi, I will fire you, I will give you water, I will water you. Ìyẹn kọ́ ni politics. Because when you bring that power closer to the people will be able to ask the real questions. These are questions that has to deal with what we are going to eat. How do I sustain my family? How do I protect my family? So that new couple tó ṣe marry, tọ́mọ wọn lọ school, wọn lè rí máa bá wọn pé ẹnìkan bá jẹ́ wọn gbé school. So they will not vote for you. Ó bá jẹ́ pátí Awólọ́wọ̀, ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ ọ̀pẹ, kí bàbá Ògún padà wá kó máa sọ nǹkan tó máa ṣe fún àwọn èèyàn tó jọ mọ́ nǹkan tó máa dáàbò bò wọ́n ní ìlú tó ń wà yẹn o. Wọ́n lè dìbò fún ní state o, but tí chairman wọn local government tí ò bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ tó jọ mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ìdáàbòbò ìlú, people will reject it. And I also have somebody here, Mr. Yomite. Only anyone speaking ill about the creation of the state police are enemies of Yoruba land. They will be disappointed, and Olodumare will embarrass them more. Eshegoni. Thank you, Mr. Yemo and Mr. Yomite. Very beautiful contribution. And from the Twitter also, Oshupidia tí wọ́n ní concern lẹ́ẹ̀kan nípa connection. He said the state police is the way to go. I'm aware of potential abuse by the governors, but when we get to that bridge, we will know how to cross it. For now, we can't allow invaders to dominate us in our land, even if there is not preparation for now. Let's put the law in place first. Eshegoni, Mr. Ashupedia, thank you very much for that beautiful contribution. And we thank those from the YouTube. Please send in more of your questions and your contributions. We'll read them out and we'll all look at how to respond to them. Yeah, start Nina. Nike, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you to everybody sending their texts from YouTube. We appreciate your contribution as well. Thank you so much. I should have Kofi Anna, but I think he's no longer here. Good work. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Uh, thank you, Jagaba and Anike. Yeah, the question is the state police solution or a band aid? Personally, for me, I think state police is a good first step solution to whatever problem we are facing, and it's sort of like give us decentralize the security architecture and ensure that there are very few ungoverned space within our country. Because there's just many ungoverned space, there's just so many spaces that the secret architecture cannot touch. So in this case now, the state can create more police where they can actually touch certain areas where the federal police cannot be able to actually get to, even in 1,000 years. So even local governments, imagine each local government having a form of police that's indigenous to those sides. So people have a sense of belonging that they control the security of this area. They have this responsibility that whether the place is secured or not, it is still up to them at some point. So I think the look ability. I think I wanted to look at the bill and see if state have the capacity to create local government police that can serve the state. And I think I think also one of those things where the state can create local government police to man some areas in those places. And I wanted to include that. Okay, I think it's going to be very indigenous because why it should be indigenous is the fact that the federal police and the state police cannot look the same way, so that they can't do the same function. The federal police is already made up of already has the federal character, so that is doing a function where it serves everyone, it serves interstate relation. But the state police should look different from the federal police. Should have like many indigenous people from that area being the ones to man that area, so that it looks different from the federal police, and there's there's a more different approach to that state police. And also like sometimes it become more easier to hold them accountable, because you know the issue in Nigeria where sometimes you want to hold the police accountable and some people are like, okay, is it because it's not someone from your region and they start shouting tribalism? Like it becomes more easier. If it's someone from your locality, you can hold them accountable and there won't be this suspicion that, okay, you are targeting this person because he's not from your locality. But if it's maybe someone from a different side, they can say you are being mean, they can say you are being mean, you are targeting that person just for holding them accountable and say it's tribalism. So I think the state police should be very, very different from federal police. State and the federal police should still remain itself. One last thing I want to add is that I wish the constitution can be changed to allow states to create more local governments, so that we can ensure that the system for I don't know how that can be done in the constitution, where creation of local government is not a federal thing. It should be like states being able to take charge of that, where you can create enough local government for yourself and police those areas, so that every touch point within the community is 10 minutes, is less than 20 minutes from police call. Like every police response should be less than 20 minutes to wherever those people are called from. Because you know some local government are quite big to the point that even within a local government is like a 1 hour drive. So how do you get like police response in those quick time? So I think we can generalize that. And I think my last question I wanted to ask is I saw that in the bill they say that the state IG of police will serve only 4 years. And I think I kind of have issues with that, because sometimes some states will get very lucky and get very good police IG that they want to continue. And if you have to do 4 years, that means you have to allow a very good police IG in your state to go and run through a lot of. Sometimes I think that 4 years, I don't know, does anyone have issue like is anyone saying it? I'm saying it as well too? Because I think 4 years for IG is too small. Sometimes I get very lucky and get a very like it's a good man and get a very good police IG.
Are you talking about commissioner of police in the state, or
No, like the police. I think they are going to have a police IG in each state.
no? Inspector General of Police cannot be in the state. Is the
No, I mean like
commissioner?
sorry, commissioner. You're saying like
Okay,
that.
I'm looking try to like to bring you back to. Thank
That
you.
it has to be it has to be duration of 4 years. And I'm saying that 4 years sometimes may hit a good mind and get a very good police office commissioner that you want, like someone like Fashola now, that Lagos go lucky and got someone like Fashola, and maybe you have someone like that as an IG, and you want that person to stay for like a big period of 8, 9 to do a lot of reforms before he leaves, and he has only 4 years to do it. Well, how does that?
No, the state can re-elect him. the state can re-elect it's not that it must be one-off thing. Like for example now, the sheriff which is ẹni tó ń ṣe olórí fún local policing ọgbà táwọn pè DPO Nigeria. A máa elect wọn náà kì í ṣe pé bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan ló enforce wa lórí. All of them in the police force will begin to apply. Wọ́n máa ṣe agbára ẹ̀rí gbogbo signpost wọn lẹ̀ lórí lawn wa. And they are all applying to become yeah.
Do you think we will not have this problem of change that this same politician kind of problem that they will not now do the work they are supposed to do? They will be like, okay, as long as when they now leave that position, where will they return to?
And that is why you see wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan good works. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ kan wọ́n ní pé about I think maybe it's him or not no put him down that this state policing will help to improve our true federalism. Okay, ó dà pé a kàn ń gbé à ń ṣájọ́ lẹ́lẹ́dẹ́pẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ́ báyìí ni. I'm getting echo now. Okay, náà pé à ń ṣájọ́ lẹ́lẹ́dẹ́pẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ́ ni. What the system requires is true federalism. Okay, now the true federalism we are looking for and we are praying for has come now. The state policing cannot effectively function without these things. Last time I basically like, okay, this is how my state needs to be run. This is how my region needs to be run. We may be having challenges níbẹ̀rẹ̀ ńsìn. Of course, it is normal. Every business tó máa dá sínú ayé ló máa ní challenge níbẹ̀rẹ̀. But we learn by experience. Wípé this is how we do it, this is how we should do it, this is how we should do it. Because these people, they are not from any other place. They are not from heaven, neither are they from hell or from one region or anywhere. They are our people. Kì í pé gómìnà kan tó ṣe something tó fail tí ó perform tó kàn lọ Abuja straight lọ di senators wa lọ́rùn tipátipá ti kù. Ìyẹn ò sí lọ́rọ̀ lẹ́yìn. This is security, and the number one thing to man control any ilẹ̀ nínú ayé ò ní security. If we want peace in any land, security must be paramount and number one. It's non-negotiable. So when your security is guaranteed, then you can now start talking of other things. Why are people coming to establish in Yoruba land? Ṣé torí pé a good to bed àbí torí pé a mọ jàrá àbí torí pé à ń meet wọnú inú yàrá wa? No. It's because as far as Nigeria is concerned, this is the only most peaceful land in the entirety of the whole country. Bí tí n bá ń ṣe gàrí mi, màá tà. Tí n bá ń ṣe epo, màá tà. Tí n bá ní ẹ̀rọ atáǹtà, ọkàn mi á balẹ̀. Kì í pé bí ní challenges ti wà nínú. We have some pockets of troubles here and there. Ṣùgbọ́n compared to the entirety of the whole federation, ìlú yìí is the most peaceful. And that is why everybody is running to come and stay here. I dey go Lagos o. I dey go Lagos. I'm a guy Lagos. Right? Torí kí ni ọkọ̀ wọn balẹ̀ ń báyìí pé tí wọ́n á dé bí o, at least wọ́n á ní some level of peace and comfort. So nǹkan tá à ń sọ ni pé state police will help us to fast track this federalism tá à ń wáyé. Because tó bá dé stage kan sí mo yẹ sọ, somebody after di pé commissioner of police tó lọ yìí aláìkẹ́ àfi kó lọ o. Then we will now start talking to our houses of assembly pé ẹjọ́ ẹ sọ fún ẹ bá change òfin yẹn so pé we can now bring back the person that has performed well. Ẹni tó wọ́n bá yìí kò tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn o. Bóyá ń ṣe gbọ́ àwọn ẹ̀ tó ń ṣìwàwò nígboro tó ń gbọ́ abúlé tó ń ṣe gbọ́ ẹ̀ à ń sọ fún wọn ṣe anything ẹ change òfin yẹn. So Abuja lè sọ fún ká má change òfin wa nílò state wa pé this state commissioner of police ta ní either Ibadan state or Oyo state or Ogun state or any of the Yoruba states pé ẹni yìí ó ní wá lọ́rùn àdè fẹ́. Torí Yorùbá ní pé tí ẹja bá ti máa bàjẹ́ olú ti máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀. So that commissioner of police, we don't want him there. And have him pé going forward o anybody láti wà lórí ipò yẹn o ọdún mẹ́rin ti jìnnà jù báà lè ṣe máa yọ kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀. Within 1 year, within 2 years, go get out. And people have come up with good suggestions in state. Okay, we're talking about state policing. Can you have a state police without local government police? No. Because that is the main foundation. Governor or anybody now. Governor Sanwo-Olu or anybody lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún or anybody Logun state. Gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó ní ilẹ̀ náà wà nínú ìsàlẹ̀ ní local government ní àwọn àdúgbò ibẹ̀ ní power wà. Àwọn èèyàn ló ń determine pé nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ lé àwọn olórí bí wọn pé ẹni báyìí la máa dìbò fún, àwọn landlord association àdúgbò àwọn náà pé ẹni báyìí la máa dìbò fún. So if a governor feels that òun ní agbára jù wọ́n lọ, wọ́n á fi yé pé ó ní nǹkan kan. We have seen that happening in Lagos now. We have seen that happening. Ibi JJC, ibi ìsànà wà, they are just there, wọn dá sọ̀rọ̀ government. Ṣùgbọ́n pàtí gọ́ọ̀mù kan fẹ́ ṣe bóyá ìwò fẹ́ ṣe yẹn máa wọ́n fi yé pé àwọn tó wà nílẹ̀ àwa la nílẹ̀ yìí, àwa la determine kó tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ń báyìí. So once this state policing kicks off fully, ní agbára Ọlọ́run, agbára Èdùmàrè, our true federalism, which is in our nature as Yoruba people, will begin to show itself. Á di pé a lè máa sọ fún àwọn tó ń ṣòfin wa pé àfẹni báyìí òfin ilé àti kò change ẹ̀. Á di pé òòkùn lè gbàyàn sínú ilé láìpẹ́ àti mọ ní ilẹ̀ ṣèbí president came up with one bill tó sàn lánàá. You cannot just come up from nowhere and start saying, I want to be living here. Don't dey mọ̀ ẹ́. Lagos State says now, I want to begin to print my own plate numbers. Ní ibi tá a wà nílùú ọba, o tó wá ti move kúrò state wọn lọ sí state kejì, you must change your plate number. You must change that number. So that wọ́n á lè mọ̀ pé ìlú ìlú wà. Wọ́n á lè ti fi níìnẹ̀ àbí social security number náà fi register plate number yẹn. So that wọ́n á ṣẹ̀ immediately camera ti capture number yẹn kí wọ́n á ṣe máa lọ sí Kútúwéjì, a ṣe lọ sí Ondo State, a ṣe lọ sí Kàrẹ́, a ṣe lọ sí Ìbàdàn láti máa wọ ẹni tó ní nọ́mbà yẹn. No, we'll get that person right in Lagos, we'll get that person right in Ogun State. So that true federalism will gradually begin to take shape ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Nǹkan máa sọ nìyẹn for now, kí Baba Goodwork tó parí contribution 1 million so that a lè gbé Kofi Annan wá sókè.
Yeah, so my final is so everyone should go to their state and hold their government accountable. You cannot be like you cannot go and be like holding the Lagos State accountable for like trying to get into it. Like I said, it's important to hold your state government accountable. If you're worried that your state will misuse the power of the police, it is your responsibility to hold your state accountable to ensure that your politician does right, not focusing on Lagos and maybe Ogun State. You have to focus on your state. You have to do the work of ensuring that your state police works, so the governor does not use it for any bad motive. And like I said before, I wish the ability to create local government will be taken away from the federal government and given to state as well too, so that states can create as much local government as they want for themselves. And the final thing is I want to ask is, for state police to happen, will states be given capacity for like a form of fiscal federalism where they can hold like some of their, be able to like, how do you call it, be in charge of some of their resources so that at least they can get some money to be able to fund these police? Would that be like not just depending on fact every time? Like it's for states to be able to generate their own money and keep some part, a big part of that money and maybe send very few to the government, so that at least states that have the ability to generate a lot of money will be able to sustain their state police. Is that something that the government is looking at? And for them to be able to sustain the prison, because state police is very expensive. Fact, cannot cut it. So they need to do police, pay salary, hold prison, fund prosecutor, and all those things. So how can federal government allow states to like generate their own money for themselves so that they can fund these movies? This is something that the president is looking at.
Yes, mo sọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nínú comment mi pé true federalism, right? Òun ni kíní wọn máa dá sílẹ̀. For example, Lagos nísìnyí as a case study of Lagos ẹ̀kẹ́ náà ilé gbogbo ilẹ̀ Èkó, wọn ò ní forest, wọn ò ní kíní ju omi lọ. Forest, for their own forest is water, and they have good relationship with the whole kí láti ń pè wọ́n ní Delta State, Kwara, Ogun State, all the coastal states, they have good relationship with them. So pé pẹ̀lú ká máa gba omi wá tá a máa ṣe jùmọ̀nù or Jackie-Chan tá a máa fẹ́ kó trouble àwọn ará Èkó, it could happen later in the future. But for now, that is not a problem. So we can look at Oyo State with vast land. The whole state of Oyo, that single state, is bigger than the entirety of Igbo land. Pata pata. So you can imagine the amount of resources they have to pump into their state policing to make the government closer to the people. The amount of people they have to hire into the police force, the amount of aṣọ the amount of camera tó wọ́n fi kit wọn up. So tẹ́nìkan bá pa tó wá ṣùtò ọlọ́pàá báyìí, already camera ya tiẹ̀ ti record ojú ẹ̀, ó ò lè sá lọ. Ó ò lè sá lọ. Right? So okay, gbà tó ń ṣe terrorism tó ń faṣọ bojú ìwọ̀, ṣé ẹ fi pé wọn mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe? Wọ́n mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe now. Gbà tó ń mú ẹ̀yìn tó ń ṣe àwọn lẹ́tà tó ń lọ jòkó sórí TikTok, it's because they are foolish. Àwọn tó wá ń ṣe TikTok láti wọn ní ṣe aṣojú wọn. So if you keep a policeman in Oyo State tó wá sá ọnù national kingdom porúkọ ẹ̀ lọ forest àbí kí náà ti ń pè lóyìnbó, you will still be gotten. You will still be gotten. So for Oyo State to be able to fund their police to the level they want, definitely they have to control a certain large percentage of whatever they're generating on that land. So fact tó fi ṣe fi debate fún gbogbo ọgbà yẹn ó máa parun ni, because for example Kaduna State tọ́lọ̀ tó wá fún wọn ní ẹ̀bùn náà ti rí rare earth minerals níbẹ̀, so àwọn ni kó wá dọ̀dẹ̀ kó máa kówó tí wọ́n lọ fún ẹni tí ò fẹ́ ṣe anything tó fowó ti wẹ̀ tó fi lọ́ọ́ ṣe marriage, kò lè possible now, kò lè possible. So it will get to a level where governors will sit down and say, no, Mr. President, we have to either do this or we scatter the whole thing, because I can't continue owing my security people in my state. I cannot fund them, and you want me to come here when I'm generating owó tó lè sustain mi ní state mi, màá wá kó wá sí Abuja fún yín kẹ́ máa pè fún àwọn tí ò ní any problem, tí wọn ò ní ṣòro, bí àti wọn pin ní NBC, Nigerian Brewery Corporation lọ́yọ̀ state gbogbo ẹ̀, màá kó wá fún yín, àwọn tó ń fọ́ bí ẹ̀dà kò lè work, kò lè work. So it's either you allow me to manage what I have and give a certain percentage, small money, to the center. Tá a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe bukini wọn yẹn lọ díẹ̀díẹ̀, you see that nobody wants to go to Abuja because Abuja will no more be attractive. Senators there will either have to change the amount they are collecting, nobody's going to force them, or they just abandon the job and come back to their state. Then you see yourself working as a governor, then you prefer to go and be a mayor in your city. You prefer to go and be a mayor in your village and provide security for your people, because that office is a job for service. So many things máa fix ara wọn Nigeria. This policing bill yìí tá ti sign yìí is a game changer for Nigeria. Many things will begin to fall into place because we got gradually, naturally start seeing round pegs in round holes. But for now, what we're doing is just square pegs into round holes, and that's how we keep making mistakes every day. Mistakes every day. You see a state where I live that will tell you that what concerns us is just nothing but immigration. Wọ́n á dé lọ wá ẹnìkan tó pé bàbá ńlá wèrè ni ọ̀nà gbé sí local government kan bẹ́ẹ̀ tó wà ní border ìlú yẹn mú country mi tí ò wojú ṣe rárá àtọ̀. So these things will help us fix Nigeria. Ní agbára Ọlọ́run, it will get to a level in this country that federal appointments and federal jobs or office holders will be less attractive to people, because tí state bá ti dá ìlú á dá. It's just like a home. That's the smallest unit in the society. Ilé mi, ilé ẹ, ilé neighbor mi, tí ò bá ti tòrò, community wa lè tòrò. So if Nigeria wants to have peace, they should allow the states to generate their peace. If 10 states in Nigeria should get the amount of peace Lagos alone is enjoying today, we should not be having problem we're having with Nigeria today. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. Eshegone. Who's next, Sister?
Nikki? I want to say thank you, President Tinubu, for starting this.
Yeah, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Esheun.
I'm happy that you're no longer angry with the president, because a lot of people are actually angry with him. I'm happy. Jagaban the next person is Kofiana. He's been here and then he dropped. Kofiana, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Ekale.
Hello.
And you can see mo fẹ́ sọ ní ṣókí mi pé very reform state police it will actually go a long way. Very president náà Ọlọ́run túbọ̀ bá a lọ́rẹ̀ ní wa.
Àmín.
Tí wọ́n initiate eléyìí, wọ́n mọ̀ wípé pẹ̀lú bí Nàìjíríà ṣe ń lọ, kò sígbà tí kò ní kọ́ wá South West. Kò sígbà tí wọ́n ní kó wa ní ọ̀tọ̀ ní kó ìjà wá South West. Ó pẹ̀lú kan tí state police yẹn ṣe tètè kọ́ mọ̀. Tí a bá ti rí ní Lagos State nísìnyí, wọ́n ti already lay template yẹn, which is Lagos Neighborhood Safety Corps. Nínú tẹ́ bá observe nínú wọn safety corps yẹn, àwọn tó join ọlọ́pàá tó jẹ́ constabulary wọ́n join, àwọn tó dúró as neighborhood watch yẹn wọ́n wà. And then other security kìíní náà ló ti wà ní Lagos State. And tábà wá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa funding ẹ̀ pé báwo lọ fẹ́ fund ẹ̀. Tí gómìnà kọ̀ọ̀kan tó bá sọ pé òun lè fund security ní ṣètò ìrọ̀rùn pa. Because wọ́n ní ibi téèyàn bá ti ṣe lèèyàn máa ti jẹ. Nàìjíríà yìí ní sẹ́yìn bó ṣe mú allocation tó ń mú lọ sí Àbújá tí wọ́n pín fún everybody kò jẹ́ kí seriousness wà ní ọ̀hún state kọ̀ọ̀kan. Because èyí pè wípé ibi tí everybody bá ti lè gbajúmọ̀ ṣẹ́, everybody bá ti lè wáwó, there will be less security concern níbẹ̀ because ìwọ́n fún ọmọ wa áfà ni pé mo fẹ́ lọ iṣẹ́, mo fẹ́ wá ní family my survive. Ok, family mi ọmọ méjì ni mo lè tọ́, ọmọ mẹ́ta mo lè tọ́, kí n ṣe kó máa kọ̀ bímọ pé ìjọba máa bẹ́ẹ̀ máa tọ́. And so ṣẹ́rí framework tó ti ṣe fún state security, mo believe wípé our South West ni ó máa pay jù. Ìdí tí mo jẹ́ sọ pé àwa Yorùbá ló máa pay jù wípé tí Yorùbá bàbá ní security tẹ bá lọ wọ́n framework security kí láti ọ̀dọ̀ wọn balẹ̀, ọ̀dọ̀ wọn bá ọ̀dọ̀ wọn lórí fìyàn ní slot yẹn ti ń wà. Láti ajẹ́ Yorùbá, ajẹ́ èèyàn tí wọ́n mọ ajé rẹ̀ àti ìkẹ̀kẹ́ ni ó ti ń wà. So nǹkan ìní tí mo lè tẹ̀tún fẹ́ sọ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ security ni wípé kẹ́rí President Tinubu wọ́n rí wípé bí ìkan tọrọ Nàìjíríà ṣe ń lọ. Tá a bá tún ní kàkà sẹ́ńsọ̀ ẹ̀ ní wípé kọ́sílẹ̀ sí káyọ̀ ọmọ àbẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ká orí láìsẹ̀ fọ́ ìkádùn last night tọ́kì ní àwọn northern states yẹn, àwọn lọ níbò, àwọn lọ ní population. Nísìnyí, tá a bá tún observe sí wọ́n ti sign ní NINC law, NINC bill into law again, which state that NIN èèyàn kan fún NIN kan ni. And NIN yẹn ló máa fi ṣe population census tó jẹ́ wípé ó máa jẹ́ digital. Tí a bá tún observe through NIN yẹn ló fi mú wọn bíi méje kan tó dé láti hajj tó jẹ́ terrorist. Through NIN yẹn tó attach mọ́ passport wọn lọ sí mi. So NIN, BVN, it will actually go a long way even with the state security police. Àwọn ọmọ mi wá ti sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà yẹn, wọ́n dábìí wá ti sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà pé wọ́n lè body cam lè wà, wọ́n lè invent so many things. Mo believe pé nǹkan tó bá máa dà, ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bì kan ni. And then tá a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń ṣe, tá a bá ń ṣe, and nǹkan tí mo tún observe ni pé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ń bì báyìí, tí ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan bá ṣe nǹkan tó bá gbé sí online, ọmọ á tètè kọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ̀ sọ́dà, gómìnà máa ń gbọ́. Àwọn commissioners dem máa ń tètè gbọ́ ju wípé bí àkàn ṣẹlẹ̀ ní federal tó jẹ́ pé federal police máa sọ wọ́n máa ní àbọ̀ ọ̀tí fún wa láṣẹ láti Àbújá ọ̀tí fún wa láṣẹ láti Ìbàdàn. But mo fi pé security yẹn ó máa súnmọ́ wa débi tó jẹ́ pé tó bá ṣe kan bí o ṣe kan dúró ṣẹ́sìn ó ní ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ àbábùrú rẹ̀ ní ọlọ́pàá tó máa mú wa. Because kò ní fẹ́ ìta rẹ̀ kò ní fẹ́ da ìlú. So ní ṣókí máa fẹ́ gba àwọn òbí náà láyé sọ̀tọ̀. So So ìkan tèmi rí pa Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ bá a lọ rẹ̀ bàbá wa President Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed for that reform on its own because I know it is not easy. Thank you.
Eshegonu, thank you very much. TY, if I need our own proposal to the Senate, okay, to the presidency, we will still have to host a space on what we suggested and put to them as a proposal and run it to the whole world to hear. We will get there like we will look for a day that will host a space to be on a Saturday like this, and we'll all come together and listen to what TY has proposed as a framework to have state policing effectively implemented in Yoruba land. Ọlọ́run àbá wa ṣe adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tó ti contribute ní àṣálẹ́ yìí. Ẹ jọ àwọn olówó tún ní ìbéèrè àbí ohun tó ń fẹ́ ká sọ.
Mr. Perizim Waloke.
Oh, okay.
Lola Adeshino, I think her network has been
Dropping him.
acting up.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
think he's
but
back
let's
now.
hear from Perizim. I brought her. But
Oh,
I think
okay.
that she'll be able to
Sorry.
discuss. Mr. Perizim Shewame.
Yeah, ẹkú ètò. Mr. Jagaba Mokina.
My brother, I deal with you. I feel you. Ekale.
Yes, sir. Gbogbo yín, ẹ kú ìsinmi òní. Yes, we've discussed brilliantly, and I think about gbogbo ẹ̀ náà kò bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn gbogbo ẹ̀ máa lórí tèmi. We know the Southwest will be yàtọ̀ sí pé àmọ̀ yóò as pace setter ní logo wọn. We know the Southwest will be the pace setter. We will set the pace, and other people will follow. I'm seeing absolute success in having the state police. All what I just want us to do is, if I can segregate, though material on Lagos State Police Department, Osun State Police, yes, I'm a new department in Dr. But we should form a bond within this Yoruba state.
Are you talking of like a regional system?
No, what am I regional? Because now it will break it by the numbers of Kinite Gitima Baliya City.
Of course.
But then, saying, I will do crime with us. So, okay, let me use this as an instance. No, I don't like using it. Uncle me committee planting contest in Kaleko, moto meji running. I got the comment offense here. One moto yẹn lọ Èkó mọ́. So, mọ́tò kejì làwọn gbé lọ.
Ọkùnrin, àmọ́ wá gbé wọn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́.
Ní ìpínlẹ̀ mo fẹ́ yẹ kí synergy yẹn wà, but though country that were not lè stop it to some extent, but tẹ́lẹ̀ tí èèyàn bá ṣe nǹkan burúkú lẹ́kìtì tó bá sá lọ sọ́ṣun àkàngbé, tó bá ṣe nǹkan lọ́ṣun tó sá lọ sí Kwara àkàngbé. So well, I see everything working perfectly. Then ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sensitize àwọn èèyàn wa. Tá a bá ti lọ fà sẹ́yìn gẹ́gẹ́ bó ṣe máa sọ pé nature and bounce back home. Tá a bá lọ fà sẹ́yìn lórí mo wà lórí space kan bóyá 2 or 3 days ago tán ní àwọn fẹ́ yẹ ká máa ra bí ìgbó síbẹ̀. Yes, indeed, we don't want most outsider to be there. Though wọ́n máa wà ń bẹ̀ ká mọ̀ purọ́, but wọ́n náà back interest. Yes, they want to be there. And going into police force, kì í jẹ́ pé gbogbo wa ló máa gbé bọ̀ dání. Àwọn tó ṣe data analytics ó lè jẹ́ inú ilé ló máa wà tá máa control computer and everything. So department yẹn máa wà káàkiri, ó máa wà káàkiri. So everybody can just go to where it best suits him. Then àwọn governor tó náà wọ́n lè fund state police. I'm very sure none of our Yoruba governors are among those people saying it. Because I see it as ridiculous when they say they can't fund state police. And mi ò mọ̀ bóyá ó wà nínú constitution Nigeria pé security vote tí wọ́n ń gbà yìí bóyá wọ́n ní kán yé declare. I just don't know. Don't feel a man fund security vote here, and I know it runs into billions. So there's nothing stopping them from funding state police from that money. Then with some other things, And like Beje Solekon, this is the right time for our governors, our leaders to put on their thinking cap. Where one post ìkíní kan lánàá nípa investment tí ó gbé jáde, this make and daily investment. Ó dùn mí gan because that's one of the things I envisage to propose to Osun State government if you can do it. Torí project torí kíní yẹn ló jẹ́ ṣe crop and pasture ní MSc ni just to know how to do this thing so that we can have our own dairy farm, we can have our own pasture land where we can breed all these animals. And it depends on the àwọn ilé tí wọ́n gbé wá láti ọ̀nà jíjìn. So Ogun State has brought that investment there. It's an added advantage to them. So other governors from other Western states, they should put on their thinking cap to bring in investment. Investment back. I think Lagos ibẹ̀ yẹn ó ní iye tí àwọn conglomerate yẹn máa ń fún àwọn government wọn as just security aid. Pé ó yá nǹkan tá a máa ṣe fún yín rè, nǹkan tá a máa ṣe fún yín rè. Ó gbà tí ò bá sí investment attract the state yín. Báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ get àwọn funding yẹn? It won't be possible. So, well, by and large, it will be successful, though at the beginning, only Fewowa, but with our resolute and with all the Doritimati one space and Yoruba, I usually see brilliant ideas and Tabamu Bubuepo, Tanjo Bubuepo, we come out brilliant, the represents people will envy us and they say, these people are ready. Only Wawa from beginning, but as time goes on, as everything goes on, we'll be perfect and everything will be all right. We secure our borders, we secure our villages, we secure our communities, and all the terrorism we add the own ìgbàgbé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. So thank you very much.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Ẹ jọ Mọ́mí Dábìrì ṣe lè padà wá sókè. Tá a ti padà bọ̀ lókè, Sister Alola, please go ahead. Mo ní àwọn ìbéèrè kan fún Mọ́mí Dábìrì. Where is she again?
And then Mr. Diola Mourinho and then go away, take away. Mourinho, there was okay left.
I want to drop.
I saw that probably your network. Please request the mic again.
Okay.
Madam Lola knows.
Want to drop again. Mom Dabiri, please come up, ma.
She's already...
Okay, ma. Because mo pé ilẹ̀ jẹ́ bí àgbà láàrin gbogbo wa bí. Okay. Mom, ẹ ṣáà ní sùúrù mà. Màá béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín. Lola, please, I'm adding you as a speaker now. Let's hear from you. Your network is just, it keeps dropping you. Yeah, go ahead, Lola. Lola, can you hear me?
I don't know if...
Okay, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
All right. And most of it, good evening, everybody, anyways. Most of it is set so, like, with some of the things that I want to talk about. So most of the conversation, whatever I was thinking, has already been had. The only thing I now thought about is that, this old state police thing, I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it might make it more difficult for us to suffer another coup d'etat. I don't know if anybody understands what I'm saying. Like, there's been allegations of some kind of coup in the past few months. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you not think that each state having its own police will make it more difficult for something like that to happen in the future?
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah. You see, it's like you know what's on my mind. That's why I brought Mama up, okay? And why I brought her up is this. Mama, during the First Republic, regions had stronger internal security mechanisms, correct?
Yes, they had.
Okay, ma. And did that system work better than what we're having now?
It did now.
Okay. So
locally, no recruits one.
Locally.
Centralized everything.
Just like what I said earlier, Toba Berry lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọba agboolé baálẹ̀ ọmọ àwọn ọmọ wa.
Okay,
right?
so
recruitment.
So you see why it's very important that this thing needs to go through, and why the elites of Nigeria and our people don't want it to happen.
Yeah. Ọmọ à ń bọ̀ nínú question tí n fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ àmọ́ tí n fẹ́ béèrè gangan ni pé did military centralization weaken that local accountability and security that time?
He did now. The military were seeing themselves as ṣebí gbogbo insurgency nǹkan. Iṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá làwọn military ń ṣe tuntun. Because when the military took over, they saw themselves as superior to the police.
Good. So this is a deliberately weaken our local system nígbà yẹn ni.
Wọ́n deliberately weaken àwọn police. So nígbà táwa kéré nìbàdàn.
Yes ma.
Tẹ́ ẹ bá rí mobile police force. Ẹ mọ̀ pé Ìbàdàn was a hotbed.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Tẹ́ ẹ bá rí mobile police force tó bá ń bẹ́lẹ̀ tó ládò very high.
Ẹni orí kò yọ ó dilé.
Pẹ̀lú tó bá ti rí lóko wọn olú àti wing yẹn. Kílàngó ló ń pè wọ́n.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni kílàngó.
Wọ́n máa àwọn èèyàn máa sá dànù because wọ́n bẹ̀rù wọn. Wọ́n sójà kan wà wọ́n kàn wọ́n tap down. Wọ́n first of all wọ́n staff police wọn ò fún wọn lówó. Wọ́n tún wá fún ṣe chronism. Ó tún wá di pé almost all the time àwọn arẹwà náà wọ́n ṣe àìsàn wọ́n ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Wọ́n kó gbogbo ẹ̀ lé wọn lọ́wọ́. So everything kàn padà sí a rubbish system ni. Kílàngó tó bá land tó bá sọ fún ẹ pé riot wà nìkan pé kílàngó wọ́n ti ń bọ̀ olúkálùkù máa fi àgbéjẹ mọ́wọ́ ni irú àwọn political talks wọ́n máa sá dànù.
Ẹ ṣeun ma. Thank you.
Mobile police force ṣe ń sìn wọ́n fi wọ́n ṣe sentry wọ́n tẹ̀lé àwọn.
Ó terrible.
Wọ́n gbé AK-47 wọ́n fi ń gàdú àti family.
Ó terrible. If you sit down, okay ma. Okay ma, go ahead ma.
Mo listen sáwọn media stations.
Okay.
Wọ́n tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fish inú trouble water. Wọ́n sọ pé kò yẹ kí àwọn kan sọ pé kò yẹ kí ó jẹ́ sí ní president máa fẹ́ gbé ọ̀rọ̀ state police wa ó yẹ ká ṣe election tán. We will agree pẹ̀lú yẹn ṣé o ká kú tán lórí election and the chief amongst àwọn tó sọ òbí pẹ̀lú wọn pé wọ́n bàbá Ahmed òun náà pẹ̀lú wọn tán ní àwọn yẹn ò tiẹ̀ ń ṣe Nàìjíríà lọ ní kinní wọn àwọn tó migrate wa of recent ta mọ̀ pé Mauritania náà ti wá ìyẹn náà wà lórí internet tó ń búramúramù wọ́n mọ̀ wọ́n pẹ́ wo opportunity tọ́lọ̀ fún wa láti gbé bàbá yìí síbẹ̀ so that gbogbo we not remember we never forget yẹn a gbọ́dọ̀ gba gbogbo yẹn láyè mọ́. Mo wo Ìgbòho níbi tó ń gbé tí ní ibi tó súnmọ́ páàkì yẹn páàkì tí wọ́n ní àwọn pípù yẹn wà wọ́n gbé signboard ńlá síbẹ̀ no grazing no farming àwọn ará bí dẹ̀ wọbẹ̀ wọ́n graze láìpẹ́ kò sẹ́ni tó máa mú wọn tí a lè ní state police kan láyà kan lọ máa graze.
Ó tọ́ ni
ẹ wo this is a good thing that happened to us adé gbọ́dọ̀ gbáwọ́ ti president ojúmọ́tì àwọn tó bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ state police wọ́n jókòó kàn máa jẹ federal.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ma ẹ ṣeun ma thank you ma àgbáyé àdàdàlẹ́ ma ẹ ṣeun ma mo rẹ́ kí n gbé wá sókè lẹ́ẹ̀kan before Aunty Lola came up with that question is like bí àwọn kan wà ní ẹgbẹ́ kan tẹ́mi náà wà ní olóṣèlú ló ṣe mọ ọmọ tó fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yìí so Sister Lola, has that answered your question?
Oh yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for bringing that question. So we all have learned a lot tonight. We should look into how we can talk to our leaders in how they can bring back the kind of regional security framework. This will help to strengthen our state policing system. As Mama said, gbogbo àwọn jàgùdà pẹ̀lú abilisi ta nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ń gbà yẹn ní ọ̀dọ̀ wa ní South ń báyìí kì máa ń ṣe àmì ló wí ni wọn. Àmì ti ń jà náà ti ń sin. Ó dún àti pẹ́ more than 20 years wọ́n máa rẹ́yìn àpò wọ̀nyí. It is our local police àwọn ló mú anini àwọn ló mú òblo àwọn ló name them ṣínà ra bọ̀ ọ̀tẹ́pọ̀ kò sẹ́ni tó lè gbé ní ojú wọn. Àmì gan try wọn ò lè rí nǹkan kan ṣe. These are just mere police. Sorry for using that word, mere. àwọn náà gbóná kojú àpò ìtọ́ lè mú wọn. So this is possible in Yoruba land, that we can breed our own kinds of security system and apparatus that will effectively handle all these challenges we're having. Nobody will just come into Yoruba land and kidnap our child and slay our teacher on live broadcast because you think you have some mad people behind you. That is a no-no for a Yoruba person. And I'm so happy we saw the reaction of Yorubas going to all the forest and fishing out all these people. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùà tí wọ́n bá wa fi sọ́kàn President Tinubu wípé sẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ̀nyí banza ni ẹ lè mú jẹ́. And I pray that before President Tinubu will leave, we will to put into this system, this thing tá ń pè ní constitution wa yìí pé tá bá ti fix system tá ti fix ẹ̀ tán o, tó bá di pé ọ̀la tí President Tinubu tó kúrò bẹ̀ tẹ́nìkan wá dé tó lóun fẹ́ gbàjọba pé òun á dá gbọ́ ẹ̀rú wọn àti àdá padà sí central kìíní kó fi clause yẹn sí kó ní káàkiri rẹ̀ kó máa lọ Nàìjíríà. It's as simple as that. If you don't want us to run a system that will protect our own people, we are no more about Nigeria, we are about individual nations that first set up this country now, which is Yoruba land, the southeast, the north itself, and every other system that's set up within this country, nations that set up Nigeria. We want this state policing to be effective and protect everybody. If you now come tomorrow because you think you are connected to one person or you are connected to one system that wants to bring Nigeria back to days of military rule or will bring Nigeria back to days of darkness and sorrow, then let this country go in peace. Because that's the only way we can guarantee the peace that we enjoy in this country. President Tinubu has successfully now made all these areas, regions now to have their police, their army, their naval bases, so that they can control it. Because my son wants to go into the army, must he go to Kaduna? Must he go to Kano? Why can't you have a base here in Yoruba land? Now we have one. A ní omi, a ní gbogbo ẹ̀. You still want my son to go and attend one jaji. Kí ló ń já? Ibo ló ti ń jájí bọ̀? This Nigeria will work by the grace of God. And ẹni tó adé ni kò ní work, ó bá work lẹ́yìn yẹn. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o. We thank everybody for joining us tonight. We are almost on the hour and exactly on hour. The question we should all take home tonight: if Nigeria is truly a country of many nations, can security ever be divorced from identity? You are a Yoruba man, then you should be Yoruba policeman over Yoruba land. Let the Igbos go to their land and police their region. Let Hausas go to their land and police their region. Nigeria is a country of many nations and nationalities. Nobody can come from anywhere and say they want to come and run our own police system for us. If you are so good, take your goodness and go and apply it to your land. Because if your land is peaceful, my land will be peaceful. Tonight's conversation has shown us that the debate over state police is not simply about security architecture. It is about trust, it's about power, it's about identity and the nature of Nigeria itself. On one hand, many people believe that state police could bring security closer to the people, faster intelligence, quicker response, and stronger local accountability. But on the other hand, from what we have heard tonight, the fears are real. Ẹ̀rù ń bà àwọn èèyàn. In a country made up of many ethnic nations, each carrying its own history, memories, and anxieties, security is never just administrative, it is deeply tied to identity. And that raises difficult questions. Who protects from whom? Who controls that protection? And can people truly feel safe when they fear political or ethnic capture of their local security institutions? This is the Nigeria dilemma. We are one country, yes, but made up of many nations, each still negotiating trust with the others. So perhaps the question is not simply whether state police is good or bad. The deeper question is, do we have the political maturity, the constitutional safeguards, and the social trust to make it work? Because without justice, state police can become oppression. Without accountability, it can become a tyranny. But without local security capacity, the current crisis may continue to deepen. The answer, therefore, may not lie in rejecting the idea, but in designing it wisely. Because in the end, security is not just about force, it's about trust. And where trust is weak, no system, either federal or state, can truly stand. Ẹ wo ẹ̀yin yẹn wá, ó dàárọ̀, á pàdé lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀. Have a beautiful weekend. Ẹ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o, jẹ́jẹ́ lọmọ Èkó ń lọ o, ó dàárọ̀. Let's enjoy our music as we sign off tonight.
Ilẹ̀ wa ń sunkún lábẹ́ ìrì. Àwọn bàbá wa ń wọ́ wa lókè. Wọ́n filẹ̀ yìí sí ọwọ́ wa. Ṣùgbọ́n a gbàgbé ohun tí wọ́n ń sọ. À ń jagun ara wa lójú ọ̀nà. À ń ta ìtàn wa lọ́wọ́. Bí a kò bá rántí ibi tá a ti ń bọ̀, báwo la ṣe máa mọ ibi tá a lọ? Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn bàbá ṣì ń pè wá nínú afẹ́fẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ohùn ilẹ̀ ń ké pé má ṣe gbàgbé ẹni tí ó jẹ́. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a gbé ilẹ̀ wa ga. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a dá àṣà wa bọ̀. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a mọ ara wa dáadáa. Kí a ronú Yorùbá kọ̀ọ̀kan, kí a pa ìtàn wa kọ́. Òrìṣà ilé ń wọ́ wá lọ́dọọdún. Àwọn bàbá ń dúró dè wá. Ilẹ̀ tí a jogún kì í ṣe títà. Ìrántí ń bọ̀ wá. Ọmọ Yorùbá jí kúrò nínú oòrùn. Àkókò ti dé báyìí. Tí a bá fẹ́ ọjọ́ ọ̀la rere, a gbọ́dọ̀ rántí ara wa. Ilẹ̀ ìsọ̀rọ̀ nínú wàhálà wa, ìran wa ń pè wá padà. Ohùn nínú kébé, má ṣe gbàgbé